Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm Kelly Thomas, the Crochet Profit Queen, and I'm going to show you how you can make a living from your crochet while avoiding the burnout and being able to make what you want and when you want. Why is no one clicking on my pattern listing? Well, there's several reasons why your pattern listing might not be getting the attention it deserves. And you have to start with, are people actually turning up? So there's a difference between them clicking to find out more and them clicking to buy. If you're getting people turning up to your listing, whether that's on Etsy, Ravelry, Lovecraft Designers, Makerist, wherever it is, but they're not actually purchasing, then there's something wrong in your description. It's not giving them the information they need. It could be that you haven't put the finished dimensions. It could be that you haven't put what type of yarn you yarn you used. It could be that you haven't told them how to use it. Maybe they click through because they're not sure what it is. It could be that the photos aren't showing the details, so they're not entirely sure what it looks like close up. But there is something missing. If they've been interested enough to get to the more information, then they're missing the information that's going to give them the confidence to make that purchase. Because don't forget, even though a pattern only costs a small amount of money compared to all the other things we buy in our daily lives, it's still a cost. And we still need to have the confidence that we're going to get what we've paid for. And if the information you're providing isn't providing that confidence, isn't making that appear and for them, your customers to feel reassured that they're getting exactly what they're hoping, they're not going to click through and buy. So you got to make sure all the information is there that they could possibly need. Now, if they're not clicking on your listing at all, as in they see it in the search results and just scroll on by, there's absolutely no action there whatsoever. And if you're wondering which is happening, take a look at your analytics. Etsy shows it all. And if you're using a website, then get your Google Analytics installed, because they will show you exactly what is happening. So if you're just being scrolled by, again, there are two things that are happening here. The first is that you may not be appearing in search results at all, which is alarming. And the second is that your pictures and your titles are not appealing to people. It could be one or the other. And again, you've got to drill down to find out what this is. So when it comes to appearing in the search results, it's all done based on your titles and descriptions. The words that people are searching for to find the patterns that they want, if those words do not appear in the title of your listing and in your description, you will not appear in search results. You have to make sure that you're using the right words. Think about how you use Google. What would you type into that search engine to find your pattern? And those are the words you should be using. Now, having a good brainstorm and writing out all the different words you could use is a great idea, because the more variations of those different words that you use, the better. Because don't forget, a shawl could also be described as a wrap. In the US, what you would call a sweater, in the UK, we call a jumper. A bag could be a purse. It could be a hold-all. It could be a tote. A hat could be a beanie. It could be a cloche. There's all different words to describe the same item. So just because one person uses one word, another person could use a completely different word, and you need to make sure that you're using both or all and get that variety in there so that you have every chance of appearing in the search results. Now, if you are appearing in the search results but no one's clicking, we have a different problem. We know that you got into the search results, but for some reason people are now not clicking. And it could be there's a word in your title that repels them. I mean, people have strange connotations to words, and a word association might make them go, "Ooh, I don't like the sound of that," and scroll on by. But more likely, it's your picture. You only get one picture that will appear in the search results, and it's got to be a real showstopper. And how good that picture looks also reflects on how professional we come across. So if you are looking specifically for patterns and you've got a picture that's dark in a yellowy light that's been taken on a wrinkled bed sheet, that's not going to fill you with confidence that you are getting a pattern from a professional designer. It looks like it was taken by an amateur. It looks like the pattern was designed by an amateur. And a pattern that's written by an amateur, would you want to buy it? Or would you rather scroll on and buy from someone who looks professional, whose photos look like they were taken by a pro, who look like a professional business? You might think that's a bit unfair. And you're right, it is. But that's how our minds work. If we are going to hand over our hard earned cash, we want to make sure that we are getting a good product. And your photos reflect that. So you need to make sure that your photos look absolutely stunning, look like they were taken by a pro. And it doesn't actually take that much work to change a amateur looking photo into a professional one. If you want to know more about how to do that, then take a look at my ebook, Product Photos for Smartphones, because you can actually take really fantastic pictures using your smartphone, free editing apps, and some really basic, really cheap props. You don't have to spend a fortune to get those amazing looking photos. You can do it really cheaply with a really easy setup. I mean, I take all my product photos with my phone. I edit them all on my phone. If I can do anything in my business on my phone, I'm doing it on my phone. It's just easier. And you can get great looking photos that way. You just got to know the how. But take a look at my ebook. The link is in the show notes, and it will show you how you can lay out your crochet, how you can set it up with props and backgrounds and edit it so that it looks absolutely fantastic. Because unless your photo is clickable, and that is persuades people that they want to know more because it's a great looking product and a great looking photo, you are not going to get people buying. Your photo is your one and only chance to sell your pattern, because unless people get, convinced to click because it looks great in that photo, they're going to scroll on by. Your product photo, that main image you're using to sell your pattern, has got to be a showstopper. It's got to stand out from the crowd in a good way, because it's got to do the selling all by itself. People have got to want to know more. They've got to want to say, "Oh, that looks great. I want to see the close-ups." Then they click through to your description and to where the rest of your photos are to take a look and see if it's the right thing for them. But you've got to get that click first, which means having a fabulous looking picture. And it's actually much easier to get that great picture than you might think. So they're the 4 reasons you're not getting clicks. It's the reasons you're not getting people to buy. Take a look at which one you're getting to. Your analytics will tell you if you're appearing in search results. They will tell you if you're getting clicks to your actual listing to view all the descriptions and things. And take a look from a buyer's perspective. See what is missing from their angle. If you were to land on your on your pattern listing, and if you saw that main image, would you want to buy what you're selling? But you have to take a really objective step back to be able to do this. But it's well worth it because you will see what you're missing. And once you know what you're missing, you can tweak it. So all of this I cover in far more detail in my membership, the Hookers Academy. The link is in the show notes because creating your design is really only the first step. Selling it and profiting from it on repeat is a whole other ball game. And I want to see you make the money you deserve from your crochet. So if you want to know not only how to write your crochet patterns, but how to sell and profit from them, then come take a look at the Hookers Academy and I can help you through the whole process. The link is in the show notes. So thank you for listening today. And I hope that's given you a few things to think about. And I shall see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.